Okay. Waiting for the cue from our producer algorithm. There it is. Copy that. Kia ora team, I'm Benny, and I'm here in the garden, getting ready for today's show, getting ready for MML 57, the 57th consecutive episode of Monday Morning Live. Now that makes us the longest running weekly gardening show in the history of Facebook and the greatest achievement in the history of social media. Speaking of history, we might be about to make just a little bit more. You see, over the last year and a bit, we've had Plant of the Week. In recent times, we've had a featured Plant of the Month. I'll give you an update on how our silver beet is growing in our live gardening segment. You know, I'd planned on next month's featured Plant of the Month being my second favourite plant, which is broccoli. However, during the week I had a request from one of the people that watch the show on a regular basis. Shout out to my good friend Lee. He suggested that I do a feature on how to grow your own garlic. You see, here in Marlborough, it's almost the perfect time to plant garlic. So I find myself in a bit of a quandary. Do I stick with the plan and feature broccoli? Or do I make history with two featured plants for the first time ever? Making history and giving the people what they want. You see, when it comes to that, if I had $1 for every time I've failed to give the people what they want, I would have $0. Because that's what we're all about here on Monday Morning Live, making history and giving the people what they want. And speaking of people, to all the people watching, it's time to say welcome to the garden and welcome to Monday Morning Live, where as always, we'll spread love and give flowers with Monday morning shout-outs to anyone who joins us live. We'll do live gardening featuring last month's Plant of the Month, featured Plant of the Month, silver beet, and this month's Plant of the Month, garlic and broccoli. We'll take a look back at the week that was, we'll take a look at the week ahead. All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on Monday Morning Live. Let's kick off with a look back at the week that was. Had a great week on the farm, had a great week at the great day at the Marlborough Farmers Market yesterday. The rain held off, which was good. It was a little bit quieter because the weather was a little bit inclement. Inclement? Is that even a word? Well, we still had lots of fun. The kids had a great time at school. Eliza. Now, I mentioned last week on the show that Corbin went to a thing called Fundamentals. Now, what you do at Fundamentals, why am I doing that? Anyway, what you do is you pile in the bus and you go off to the local sports stadium and you do different sports, water activities. Corbin did really well at snorkeling and he got Player of the Day. Now, this week just gone, it was Eliza's turn for Fundamentals. Now, she also got Player of the Day because she was amazing at basketball. So Corbin got Player of the Day last week, the week before. Eliza got Player of the Day last week. Last time Corbin went last year to Fundamentals, his team was the overall winner. So he won the award for being the overall winner. So a funny thing, when Eliza got the award for Player of the Day, her teacher said, "Why do the wards always win?" What can I say? The wards get the awards. So a great time at the Fundamentals for Eliza. Corbin doing really well at school. Great time on the farm. Great time at the farmers market. Let's take a look at the week ahead. It's going to be another great week on the farm. Also quickly, just last week, the new strawberry plants for the new season arrived. 30-odd thousand. Now they arrive in these big wooden bins. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's bring down the Bennytron 5000. And I can show you that. You can see here they arrive in these big bins. What's that? Oh, I'm being told that due to technical difficulties, the Bennytron 5000 is not currently visible on Facebook. All the more reason to jump onto my YouTube channel, which is Benny. Later on today, this same episode will be available in glorious widescreen, and you'll be able to see all the bells and whistles, including a look at these lupins that we're going to be giving you an update on. Well, not those ones, but the ones we planted last week. You'll be able to see the Bennytron 5000 and see the crates that the strawberry plants come in. They come in bundles of 25, like this. So, in the week ahead, we will be washing the plants, trimming, well, first trimming, then washing, then sterilising, then hopefully planting. So a lot of fun to be had. Celebrity birthdays in the week ahead. The world's strongest man, Mark Henry, will be having a birthday. And also, this man, the ultimate warrior, would have been having a birthday. Speaking of Warriors, in the week just gone, the Warriors had a good win over the Cowboys. Newcastle Knights, unfortunately, they lost to the referees and to the bunker. The week ahead is going to bring many new things on the farm. It's going to be another great week at the Marlborough Farmers Market. We're getting very close to celebrating international, a very special, it's World Localisation Day. So that'll be really cool. Might even give me a chance to wear a suit to the market. Any excuse to suit up. Right, let's do live gardening before we run out of time. I'm just going to use the Benny's 6100 series spritzer here to give a little bit of water. Never underestimate the value of water. Oh, sorry, Mark Henry. It's just fallen down there. So I'm going to show you. These are the silver beet seeds that we sowed a week ago. 2 weeks ago, right here on Monday Morning Live. We did it in two different ways. We sowed it directly into potting mix. We also sowed them into our Jiffy pellets. Now we know that our Jiffy pellets look like this before you soak them in water. And after they've been soaking in water, they look like this. Now interestingly, you can see that there's a better germination rate with the Jiffy pellets, and the seedlings that have emerged in the Jiffy pellets are actually taller and I guess you could say stronger looking than the ones that we sowed directly into the potting mix. So quite an interesting little comparison. Now last week on the show we sowed some seeds of blue lupin, and you can see that they're just starting to burst through the soil. Now once they grow and mature, they will look like this. Again, for the benefit of those watching on my YouTube channel Benny, you'll be able to see what the lupins look like when they're grown. Now the idea of those is that they're going to be a companion plant for one of the featured plants of the month for next month, which is going to be broccoli. So let's sow some seeds of broccoli. Let's do it in our two different ways. Firstly, using potting mix. Now, let's move these fellas aside. Put them out there. If you're watching on Facebook, you probably can't see them anymore, but if you're watching on YouTube, you will. Just going to put a mask on because it's always important to wear a mask whenever you're dealing with potting mix. There's a risk of Legionnaire's disease, a risk of respiratory problems, and a few other things. So we've got some seeds, broccoli seeds here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle them fairly liberally, because it doesn't matter if we germinate several broccolis, they're going to be transferred out of this pot anyway. Sprinkle them into there, put the rest into the Benny's 6100 seed disperser. We're also going to sow them into our Jiffy pellets. So first of all, let's finish off with fascinating TV, watching a man wear a mask, doing live gardening on a Monday morning. Sprinkle some potting mix in the top, give it the Benny shake, give it some water, and those are done. Now, we can safely remove our mask. And let's sow them into our... Anything can happen here on Monday Morning Live. We'll sow them into our Jiffy pellets. And what we're going to do, we're just going to put maybe 2 seeds into each pellet. And only the strongest will survive. 2 in each. Just rough the surface up to cover those seeds lightly. Give it some water. You can never underestimate the value of water. And they're good to go. We're fascinated to watch those grow. One of our 2 featured plants for this month, along with some garlic. Right, we've done live gardening. We've taken a look back at the week that was. We've taken a look at the week ahead. I don't have a joke of the week this week, and I'm not going to make one up on the spot because it didn't work out too well last week. I just want to say thank you for everybody who tunes in live, who's watching live. Nobody. Thank you to anyone who watches the show later on Facebook and later on YouTube in glorious widescreen. You can see me on YouTube anytime you want on my YouTube channel, which is Benny. You can see me every Sunday morning at the Marlborough Farmers Market. You can now see me on Instagram and TikTok at iBennyWard. You can see me every Monday morning here on Monday Morning Live, and I'll see you next time in the garden.
And we're clear. Pity about the truck.
The truck just went past there, right at the very end. I don't know if you heard that, but it is what it is. Anyway.